India's mammoth jump in vaccination drive process, Times Now has decided to do a reality check on the entire process, starting from the registration to the logistics to the availability of vaccines. The fact of the matter is several states do seem to be staring at a shortage. Let's take the indications from a few states. In Maharashtra, the Serum Institute of India has said that it can supply vaccines only post May 20th. Additional, that is, Rajasthan officials have hinted that stock is insufficient to meet the extra requirement, and their priority will be to give the second jab to people who have already got their first jab. Chhattisgarh is claiming that it has been trying to place orders, but in vain. Jharkhand has been told that its orders will be only processed by May 15th. Punjab government has clarified that vaccine manufacturers are booked till May 15th. Kerala has gone on record to state that they are already rationing the existing stock, and Assam is fearing poll results and shortage will impact its drive. Here's what the mayor of Mumbai civic body told the media regarding the vaccine preparedness earlier today.
हमारी तैयारी पहले से ही कर रहे। वैक्सीनेशन सेंटर हमारे खुद की जो हॉस्पिटल्स है, हमारे जिधर प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स है या हमारा डिस्पेंसरी है, उधर तक तो हमने सब तैयारी की है। अभी 227 नगर सेवक है, एक के वार्ड में एक वैक्सीनेशन सेंटर होना चाहिए, वो 18 के लोगों के लिए, जो 18 से आने वाले लड़का लड़की या नागरिक उनके लिए। तो मुझे लगता है सब तैयारी अभी हमने चालू भी की है, लेकिन उतनी मात्रा से वैक्सीनेशन आना चाहिए और वो महानगर पालिका को टेंडर करके या खरीदना ये अलाउ नहीं है, वो राज्य सरकार और केंद्र ही करेंगे।
So the legitimate question on the Newshour tonight is India ready for vaccine for all? That's the question, and we have expert medical professionals who are joining the debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 2 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight, Dr. Ashok Seth, Padma Bhushan and Chairman of Fortis Escorts Heart Institute, Dr. Harsh Mahajan, Founder and Chief Radiologist, Mahajan Imaging, Dr. Naresh Trehan, Chairman and Managing Director of Medanta, and of course, Dr. Anand Ranganathan continues to be with me. Dr. Naresh Trehan, are we ready for the new phase of vaccination? Because bookings open tomorrow. People will go on the website and begin to book their vaccine doses. And of course, majority of people who do not want to go to government hospitals will require private hospitals to have this facility. Are we prepared at your hospital and your information on other hospitals across India?
So there are three whole things. We are ready. Hospitals are ready, more than ready, because we have been vaccinating several thousand people a day for the last 3 months. So there is a lot of experience, there is a lot of capacity, there are enough vaccinators, there are enough created spaces where it can be done smoothly with safety. So all that is well established. The second part is that we are waiting for the exact protocols that will come out of the government on how we are supposed to procure the vaccine, in what order, how it will be supplied or bought, and what should be the price that everybody pays for it. So all these things we are waiting for the distinct directions, I would say, or protocols that will be given by the government in the next 1 or 2 days. So that's one. So supply of vaccine is the question mark. How much is going to be distributed through which channel, and what is the logistics of it? We are wondering right now, and I'm sure that should be coming in the next day or two, because we have to be prepared for 1st of May. And I think that if you look around, I've talked to everybody, all the major hospitals and the chains, that they are ready to go and vaccinate as many people as we can. Shortage will not be from our side.
Well, let me just get in Dr. Ashok Seth. And Dr. Ashok Seth, if on the 27th of April evening, when we're expecting that bookings will begin tomorrow, we've got just 3 days to get the supplies in order to cater to the demand that will come in. The centre has already said that the states are empowered. The states are still questioning the prices while some have decided to give it free. The fact is the supplies and the supply chain and the storage facility, all of this, do you think it can be done over the next 3 days to really flag off the new vaccine for all above the age of 18 years as the new direction has come out to be?
My smile will probably tell you all that. As a concept, vaccine for all is something that I've supported. And according to the COVAX motto is correct, no one is protected unless everyone is protected. But truly, the way we see it is that the first 15 days to a month is going to be a fairly steamy exercise, but that's expected when you have a vast vaccination. Let's not project that we're just going to have a smooth rollout of such a massive vaccination program where everyone from 18 to 45 would be affected. And I see 5 or 6 roadblocks. I still believe that the policy is there, but it's not been fine-tuned. And there's a lot of opacity in that policy, which will get fine-tuned in the first 15 days, should we say, of the rollout. And that's the lack of clarity that perhaps everyone has. The ones who got to vaccinate got the facility, but we still not sure where we stand from our supplies. And then there's the logistics of supplies. There's also the registration process. I mean, we're talking about these young people registering online. And if you recall, the first time when registration started, we had roadblocks of that for 15 days before it got fine-tuned. But we still have to understand 2 other aspects which are vague. There's still the vaccine skepticism. There's still the logistics of supply. There's the immunization itself. And of course, we are still in the middle of a very heavy COVID wave. And are we going to actually see the same influx of people coming in and having vaccinations in the middle of this COVID wave is to be seen. So I think we're going to iron this out practically. I don't believe over the next 15 days, I do believe a month it'll take. And therefore, let's just accept the fact. But then if we don't do it, we will never do it. And I think one of the ways to fine tune everything and make it happen
That's a fair point. That's an absolutely fair point that vaccine for all important, and if we don't do it now, we'll never do it. But Dr. Harsh Mahajan, are we expecting, of course, the infrastructure is ready in hospitals, the, healthcare facilities are there, the vaccinators are there. But if you don't have the vaccine, if you cannot register, if the website crashes and all those teething problems, is it really going to be as effective and as successful as we've seen at least the first round after the first few teething problems?
Navika, just give me 2 minutes and let me put the facts as I understand them. Number one, the central government is buying 50% of the total doses from Bharat Biotech and Serum Institute at rupees 150. These are going to be given to state governments and UTs for injection to those over 45 years of age to be vaccinated in state government hospitals. And this will be free of charge, irrespective of income of people. So all those who want their first jab or who've had their first jab and need a second jab can go to a government hospital as they used to and get it free of charge. Point number two, 50% of the balance vaccine doses will be purchased by state governments and the private sector, competing with each other. Even though manufacturers have unilaterally fixed price for state governments and private sector, this may be open to negotiation. The demand at this point far outstrips the supply, and I'm sure the manufacturers are going to play hard to get. Several state governments are already deciding to vaccinate 18 to 45-year-old people free of cost. So the people actually will pay nothing. Moreover, the vaccine manufacturers are private
Absolutely,
companies that sell that
absolutely.
product anywhere in
That's the
world.
real issue. And
Over
Doctor,
here.
I'm running out of time, Dr. Mahajan. So let me just get one last comment from Dr. Anand Ranganathan. Dr. Anand Ranganathan, demand more than supply. State government still saying that vaccine manufacturers are not even entertaining them at this point in time. So what happens to this opening up and the liberal regime of vaccinations? Even I'm sure importing these from foreign countries which have been allowed will take some time. Is it really political pressure that led to this 18 to 45 age group being opened up? Are we going to be able to manage it starting May 1st?
Yes. Very, very quickly, super speed, Navika, 3 issues. Number one, yes, we should be able to manage it because right now we are reaching not even half of what is our daily capacity of vaccination. Our daily capacity is around 6 million doses. And for the last week, we've not even reached 3 million doses. In fact, 2 days ago, it was 0.9 million. It's not even a million. So that gap is going to be bridged. That was not being fulfilled by 45 and over is going to be bridged by 18 and over. And so for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think it's going to be smooth sail. Number two, about vaccine hesitancy, as Dr. Tate said. Very quickly, 3 issues. Number one, it can arise through 3 reasons. One, genuine hesitancy that people feel vaccines are not good enough. Now, that has been completely removed by the excellent ICMR results where 11 crore people who were vaccinated, only 23,000 of them got COVID. So, number two, the hesitancy can be because people might feel hospitals right now in the middle of the second wave are actually hot spots, and they're quite right. And number three, the lockdowns at various states. But I still feel the third final point, Navika, 10 seconds, that the state, as Dr. Seth said, we must actually smoothen out a few roadblocks. And the first one should be that let us not worry about the second dose right now.
Well,
that it is a matter of survival.
Well, the challenge is going to be the supply chain, as pointed out by the learned members of this panel. But the fact of the matter is, it is the states who wanted the control away from the center and into their hands. Well, they have it now. Let's see what happens. Will we have a supply chain that will be smoothened out? Will we have supplies from manufacturers sooner to meet the demand from the 1st of April? I think governments in states and at the center need to answer these questions sooner than later. But all of you who are planning to book your jab appointment, do that tomorrow morning as it begins to open, because that is your only safety valve in these hard and tough times. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining me on this big debate and my learned panelists. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
The News Hour at 9.